Hey, today I'm going to Saadabad Palace in Tehran. It's a very big museum that is open to everybody and you can visit it when you go to Tehran. Here you can buy your ticket, entrance ticket, by this equipment, and you don't have to talk to anybody, so it's easy for you. And as you see, there is an English menu. You can choose where you exactly want to go. For example, Fine Arts Museum, Royal Cars, Royal Kitchen, Mellat Palace, Omidvar Brothers, Royal Tableware, Royal Costume. And now I want to choose Royal Cars, Royal Kitchen. I think these are interesting. Mellat Palace. I think this is the main palace. Omidvar Brothers. And I think this is enough for me. So I submit this one. And then it tells me how much it costs. I said we are two people, so I should pay 700,000 tomans. And I pay this one, so I should use my card. And in this way, I can get my ticket. So now I'm in the palace area, and I have chosen to visit that palace. First of all, we are going there. And as you see, it's a very, very big area, and you have to walk a lot to see all of it. So be ready and have a great breakfast before going here. Here you can see huge legs of somebody, of Reza Shah Pahlavi, and it has been a very, very huge statue, but unfortunately after Islamic Revolution it has broken by people who didn't like this king and just the legs are remained. This palace is located in the north of Tehran, actually the northeast part of Tehran, and its weather is much better than the central parts or the southern parts, so has been used as places or homes for kings in summer because it has a temperate weather and it's not very hot during summer. So as you see, it has beautiful gardens, and even now that it's very hot in Iran, I'm okay here. The weather is not too bad. This white building is called White Palace or Mellat Palace, which is the biggest palace in this area. It is complex and has been used to the main home of the king when they stayed in this palace during summer. And now we are going inside, and I think it is very beautiful inside. Please notice these Persian rugs that are everywhere in this palace. They are super big. Actually the biggest Persian rugs that I have ever seen, and they are super, super expensive. Look at them. This room was used as office for the king, Mohammad Reza Shah, the last king of Iran, and as you see, it has a very interesting atmosphere. I wish I had such an office. This building served as royal kitchen and has the duty to provide food for all this area, which is very big. I think a lot of cooks and chefs has worked here. Let's go inside. Here's royal chicken. Here's royal kitchen where they used to cook for kings and queen and their guests. And this is interesting for me that the equipment, in comparison to new and modern equipments, are so old-fashioned, and I think, oh, these are for king and queen, they're not good because the time has passed and everything has gone. This area started to be built about 200 years ago, and during this time has changed a lot. And before the Islamic Revolution, which is about 40 years ago, this place has been used by the kings, from the kings in Qajar to the latest Pahlavi king, Mohammad Reza Shah. And nowadays, some parts of these are used by the Islamic government. In some parts of the president has some parties or feasts, the Islamic president, I mean. So let's go to see what's happened next. In this building, some royal cars and vehicles are kept, and I think you're going to see some old and antique cars, which are beautiful in my opinion. Let's see. Most of the cars and multipliers here are made by big companies such as Benz or BMW, and in the past has been presented to the kings of Iran. like Mohammad Reza Shah and Reza Shah, and nowadays they're just kept here as a museum. You can't believe how big this garden is, and you can't believe how big this garden is, and we're walking for about 30 minutes to reach here to another museum, and I'm too tired. The weather is hot now, so let's wait and then I will continue. This building is called Omidvar Brothers Museum. They were two Iranian brothers who traveled all over the world in 1950s for 10 years. First of all, they started their journey by two bikes, and then after 7 years they get a car from Citroën company as a gift, and they started another type of journey by car. Actually, they have visited many countries. Inside, I was seeing the list. It was huge, from North Polar to Uganda and Tanzania to East Asia and America. But unfortunately, taking videos inside was forbidden. But this museum is really worth visiting if you like traveling and if you're interested about the story of two brothers traveling back then in that time. I think that back then it was much difficult to travel, but they did, and they are full of experience, and one of them has died recently, but one of them is still alive, living in Tehran. So this was my journey in Saadabad Palace. As I told you, it is located in north of Tehran near Tajrish, and in this video you can see Tajrish Bazaar as well, and if you go to north of Tehran you can see both those palaces, palace and the bazaar together. And this is just one of the many palaces in Tehran, and if you go to Tehran and you're going to stay for about 1 week, maybe you have this choice to spend 3 days visiting palaces and historical places. And at the end, thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.